Greetings, family, friends, and survivors. All right, Gibbs. There you go, boy. Well, we're going back into winter again. That's what the weatherman tells us. We've got another atmospheric river event coming. And it looks like rain on our blossoms. Hopefully not hail. Snow level is going to be down to 4,000 feet though, but that is above us. So my dad and I were able to get this together. And we moved the array that was blocking the apple tree. 3 of these panels and the 4 that are on the side were blocking that apple tree of getting the sunlight that it needs. And Carol asked it. We had it done by April 1st, and this is the 5th, so we're good to go. So we took that array down, and we haven't been using it all for the last couple of weeks, but we haven't had solid rain. It's just been clouds moving in and out, and there was more than enough power. But I know it's going to be raining for 2 or 3 more weeks steady, and then it'll be spotty until usually mid-May. Get our last rain somewhere around the 1st of June. But some years it rains all the way to July and through July. Cloudy and cold. We've had a lot of years like that, and that's really hard on the tomatoes. Yeah, I see the ball, buddy. So our plan in the future is to move this array. Its superstructure is on a pole because where the greenhouse had to be wasn't conducive to the right angle for solar. And we needed to go high enough to clear the trees and the mountain behind me, so it was mounted on a pole. And eventually that wood is going to rot. Now it's being air dried. In between storms it actually dries out. So it's not like a deck where the boards are close together and there's no airflow. And around here you can get about 12 years out of fir with 100 inches of rain a year in the shade. But if you're out where the wind can get to it, or where the sun can dry it out, it lasts a lot longer than that. But what I'm saying is eventually that superstructure is going to fail, and I'll need to change those panels. And when it does, will I be able to replace the superstructure? The answer is no. No way. It's not safe doing it now with the way things are. So our plan is to move all 3 arrays, the one that's on the shop roof, that array, and this array. All of them are going out there where our best sun is. So we'll trench a line over there and take power to the chicken coop and water to the chicken coop. That'll free up the chicken coop solar system for something else. And then we'll run a conduit out to the middle of that clearing where we've got our best light, quite a bit better light, both summer and winter. So I'll pull 3 circuits in a conduit for that giant ground mount array. And we'll do it where it's the bottom of the panels will be about 4 feet off the ground, so snow can have room to slough off. But something much easier to maintain for somebody that's got deteriorating health. So it makes sense to move everything, but it's costly to do. So part of the reason why it's costly is that array is on a PWM charge controller, and that is way too far away. You'd have to run 4-aught welding lead. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'll buy another classic 200, and with the VMP of those panels, in fact the open circuit alone requires a 200 minimum, the way I would have to string the array. In fact, it works out perfect for a classic 200. A 150 won't do it. So that would give me 200s that could talk to each other, and then someday I would get a third 150 for this array, and they'd all talk together, and it would be much easier to program the system. But that's down the road. It's costly. It's $700 for a classic 200 or better, plus the price of the wire and the conduit and the pipe for water, all of that stuff. It's going to have to wait. My boys are going to come out in May and string the front of the property. It's a 1/4 mile. It's 1,690 feet. And we bought the fence wire, most of it right there. And you hear Dad in the background milling posts. And we'll have to buy T-posts, and that's pretty much going to wipe us out for this year's project. Just getting the T-posts. When I get everything together, we'll drill holes and have the boys pound some T-posts and stretch the wire, and we'll have the front of the property line fenced, and that'll be a whole lot better than it is now. Ultimately, we're looking to put a cow-calf pair on the 14 acres of pasture that we have. But it takes time, folks. It takes time and money. And it doesn't make sense to go into debt doing it. You just do it out of pocket as you go. So these posts are 6x6s. And actually, I think we milled those a full 5 by a full 5. But the 2x6s are a full 2 by a full 6, the stringers. So we burnt the posts with a torch, charred them in about 3/16 of an inch, and they should be good to go at least the 3 years that we're going to wait. And then we'll pull the posts out of the ground and redeem some more arable soil for the garden. And I've probably already told you more than I know. We used a 16-foot pasture panel. We have a bunch of extras of those. And it seemed easy to bolt the stringers to that and give it a little extra weight, extra weight bearing ability without putting a beam across the bottom and a beam across the top and go through all of that trouble. This was a whole lot easier to do, seeing that it's temporary. It's very stout. I can't move it at all. It's got enough bracing and the posts are far enough in the ground. There's no issues there. You can see on a rainy day, you need all you can get. Very overcast, just starting to rain, but I'm getting over 5 amps from that new array, and 5 amps is way better than nothing. That one's 4.1, and this one's about 6 amps. And that's why we needed to get it going before the rains came again. So I'm putting 0.5 amps on the batteries, but the shop's running right now and the house is running, and I'm at 87%, so I gained 1%. Oops, now we're in a discharge. Back to charging again. So it kind of controls, it provides the power through the day without losing anything. And that's why we have to have so much solar in the Pacific Northwest. Because I looked at the weather report, and it's going to be, see, this is Thursday. The next break is actually going to be Monday, but it's just cloudy rather than rain. And then another 7 days of rain. So there's no way to have a large enough battery bank for 2 weeks autonomous. So you do what you got to do. All right. Have a blessed day. We are.